Hey, friends and family of Real Connections Counseling. Hi, my name is Rick Elgersma. I am the hat guy here at Real Connections Counseling, and I'm proud to be the hat guy at Real Connections Counseling. If anyone knows me, they know I have a plethora of hats, and I enjoy every single one of them. That's not all that's unique about Real Connections Counseling. We are a co-therapy company, and we create unity and creativity and less bias and more belonging in the counseling room with two counselors there with you to join with you as a team a team to work against problems. Well, what's an example of a problem? One of them is caring for the relationship. Yeah, that's it. That's the one problem we see a lot of. And we see, just yesterday we saw a couple that they certainly loved each other, but caring about the relationship was difficult. They had kids, they had a lot of work to do, they had to get their sleep, they had to get their own personal time. So, what did it take to care about the relationship? There's a lot that goes into their story, but it isn't just enough to love your spouse. We have to, or partner, we have to care about the relationship. You know, researcher Carol Rusbolt worked with Dr. John Gottman and his wife, discussing the cascade of things that pushed people into infidelity. And all of it had to do not with love, but with caring for the relationship. They were, the cascade are turning away, kids, sleep, food, personal time, turning away, negativity and avoidance. I could do better, investing less and comparing more. If you would just be like my friend Carol, we'd be better off. Her and Jim have a great relationship. Things like that. Feeling less dependent and making newer sacrifices. I'm my own man. I'm an independent person. These kinds of things can help you feel less dependent, less connected to your spouse or partner, and give you a sense of separation that often leads to turning away again in different forms. And then trashing versus cherishing. Instead of looking at your spouse who's going to be imperfect, I'm sorry to tell you, looking at your spouse or partner and just saying, you know what? I cherish that person. I care about my relationship, and I am lucky to wake up every day and see that face. Caring for the relationship, cherishing that person is part of caring for the relationship. Resentment and loneliness in a relationship. Sometimes that loneliness is self-induced. You create, you're not paying enough attention to me. You're spending more time putting the kids to bed. We start to make excuses, idealizing alternative relationships. We go back to, I have to spend time with my guy friends, things like that. Caring for alternative relationships can turn you and push you away from your best relationship and start to make you interested in other relationships. The easier it gets to become interested in other relationships, the more you will start to turn your eyes outward, and that's not a good thing. And then secrets and crossing boundaries, even time boundaries with the boys. If I spent, instead of one night, I spent lunches and evenings and time on the weekends, etc., with my friends or with other people, that gets me used to not spending time with my spouse or partner. One way to care for your relationship is time. So those are the cascades, busting those boundaries, the things that you held together when you stood at the altar and said, I do. No one thinks at that point, well, maybe a few of you do, but rarely do people think, you know what, we're going to break up. You know what, I'm going to cheat on my spouse. You know what, I'm going to spend a lot more time with my friends than I am with my spouse. We just don't think those things at the altar. After we get married, we start caring about the relationship less. We start moving through the cascade of things that lead to infidelity. We're in trouble. And you spend your time in here. Now, we love you to be here. We love to help you learn to re-care about your relationship. But wouldn't it be great if you just simply cared about your relationship? I know this was 5 minutes of your time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. My name is Rick, the Hat Guy at Real Connections Counseling. Make your best relationship happen here. Have a great day, y'all, and we'll see. And have a great weekend. We'll see you sometime soon.